True or false? You're biologically related to Michael Jackson.
True.
Can you explain?
Um, my grandmother has this brother who I think dad or something like that. I can't really remember the exacts, but I know for a fact my grandmother's brother, my Uncle Rick, is related to him. They're cousins, so that makes us cousins. And yeah. Did you know he's from Gary, Indiana, originally? So that's gang though. That's one.
You were raised in Gary, Indiana.
East Chicago, Gary, Indiana. You know, the whole little region, the 219 John. Yeah.
Do you remember his death?
No. I know how he died, so they say, but I don't remember like when he died exactly. But we did go to his funeral. I'm trying to think who else went. Can't remember. But yeah.
What age were you when you attended his funeral?
I don't remember. I don't remember. These are stories that, your parents tell you as you're a kid. They be like, hey, you did do this, woo woo. So I don't know. I don't remember when he died. I just know he died.
Did you know at the time the magnitude of who Michael Jackson was or
Yeah,
any of that back then?
definitely. But I was never a groupie. I've always been around celebrities. I've always hung around celebrities. I've always hung around people that, had a big name. You know who Funny Mike is?
Yes.
Okay, so me and him were like best friends a couple years back. I used to date his manager. So it's like I'm always around stuff like that. So stuff like that didn't bother me at all. It never fazed me. My brother, dad is a fucking famous athlete. So it was like, I definitely don't, this shit don't faze me.
Care to share who?
No.
Now, when it comes to Michael Jackson, did people know you were related to him?
Some, if you were close to us, yes. But if you weren't in like that immediate family circle, we called you family, and you called me my nickname that my folks call me, then
It wasn't something you ever bragged about when you were in school or
I was like, what am I bragging for? I mean, you know how other little kids are probably brag on certain shit and certain people. That was never me. I was never the type of person to post certain shit or talk about certain shit. Like I like my life private. I'm underground. Okay, I don't like none of that. I don't like all that attention at all.
did you ever meet him while he was alive by any chance?
A couple times. I met Janet Jackson. I met him. I met what's somebody else I met. I think his dad, or I can't remember. I know it was three people. I remember that for facts. It was three of them I met. Him, his brother. I can't remember who the third person was. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe it was his dad. But yeah, I did a couple times.
What was that like meeting Michael Jackson?
Normal, like everybody's like a normal person to me. Everybody else probably be like, oh my gosh, this is a legend. To me, it's like this is in our blood. Like you did what you were supposed to do. Like that's in our blood. That's in our system. Like it's programmed in us. It's, at this point, like we're meant for greatness. So it was like, you just I don't know how to explain it. It's like you got to do that. That's what you were meant to do. So I don't see what the brag was about. It's like that's what he's supposed to. That's what we do. Like, all right, that's your turn. Not my turn. That's how I looked at it.
Those times you actually met him, what was he like?
Awesome. Funny as shit without trying to be funny. Soft spoken, very soft spoken. But if he didn't like something, he'll let you know he didn't like it. He'll probably do like a little, oh no, we're not gonna, no, like shit like that. He's very soft spoken, but he's gonna speak up when he doesn't like something or doesn't want to be around something or someone or whatever the case may be. He's gonna say something.
Because you knew him, he was a family, he was a relative. What is your reaction when you see headlines about him, whether it's true or false, biopics or documentaries or anything of that nature? When you see those things, what do you make of those?
I mean, now,
Yeah.
I definitely feel different. I wish I would have reacted differently when I met him. I wish I would have treated him differently when I met him. I didn't treat him any type of way, like, like no asshole or nothing like that. I treat him, I was treating him like a normal person would. Your family. We chilling, we cooling. That's how I was treating him. But I felt like I should have gave him a little more of me. Let him get to know who I really was. So that way, if we ever got to see each other again, he definitely would, like, remember our last conversation. You know what I mean? So when I see stuff like that, it's like I feel some type of way a little bit, whether it's true or false, right or wrong, or whatever the case may be. I feel some type of way, kinda, but at the same time, it's like a brush off on your shoulder. Because if you like that with everything, and everybody that dies close to you, famous or not, then you ain't gonna have no time to think about yourself. So I try not to think too much on stuff like that. I try to let them rest as much, because I'm a crybaby. I'm a Cancer. We cry a lot, so I overthink. I tend to overthink, so I try not to overthink on certain shit like that.
Were you doing music at the time when you had met him?
I was writing at the time. I wasn't even thinking about music. I do poems. Well, I was doing poems at the time as a child. Been writing since I was a kid. I'm actually known for that. Like, especially my family, I'm well known for writing. I think I was writing like little poems and poems that could have became a song at the time. But no, I wasn't like crazy into music. I wanted to do music. I would listen to his music or other music, and I get like this urge in my body that makes me feel like I have to be on this song, or I have to start to do music. So like around the time I met him, I started to get like that urge and that kick to want to kind of like put myself out there to start making these poems into something serious.
Did he know about any of that, the poems or any of that nature back then?
Nah, he knew I was writing, but nothing crazy like that. I was kind of low key. I was the quiet child. Like, I stayed in my room. They used to call me the devil child. Stupid as shit. Because I used to stay in a cold ass room, dark as fuck, and I always tell people to get out. So, yeah.
When you would meet him, where would you meet him at? Was this in Gary, Indiana at the time? Was this in Chicago at the time?
The first time that I can remember, it was at that, they have a house in Gary, Indiana. He came out there to, I think, sign for fans or something. He did something for fans or something. I seen him that time. He had a concert, I think in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in Arizona. Went out there to see him. I was with a cousin at the time, and then the last time I seen him was in the living room. So,
The living room where?
my grandmother's. Not my grandmother's, my mom's side, but she's not really a grandmother at all. I just call her a grandmother. She's close to somebody that's close to him, and also she's somebody's real grandmother, like a celeb's real grandmother, and I can't remember who it is. It's an older Caucasian lady, too. But we were all over there cooking and eating and stuff. And he was there. And I spoke to him for like a couple seconds. Like, hey, gave him a hug. How you doing? I'm good. Woo, woo. Just something simple and quick. And that was about it. I think that was the last time I seen him, too.
Never visited Neverland Ranch or any of that nature?
No.
Was there an ever opportunity to? It just never happened, or?
Possibly. Most definitely. I would say yeah, definitely. Our family we're weird. Like, I don't know. It's like we want to be around each other, but then we don't. You know what I mean? So I would say it definitely was. Definitely.
You know why it didn't happen?
No. I never asked either. But I'm pretty sure it had something to do with, like, the family relations and if somebody got into it with somebody else or not, or the person that was closest to him that would always get us to him, probably got into it with him or something like that. I don't know.
Do you remember much about the funeral?
No, I don't. I know this sounds so crazy. So I have this god sister. Her name was Deja. She got killed when I was senior in high school. She was 15. Believe it or not, I remember her death, her funeral, everything. But I don't know. Before I can remember his, like, or anybody else's. Somebody close to me can die today. God forbid that happen. I don't think I would remember the funeral like I remember that one, or the situation how it played out like I remember hers. That one right there scarred me for life. Most of my songs and tattoos are based on her. So no, I definitely don't.
Do you remember how you heard the news of his death?
I think Instagram. My phone was off at the time too, so no, it wasn't even. No, I don't. I'm capping right now. I don't remember, but I know it was off of Instagram. Yeah, I know it was off of Instagram. I had phones since I was like 7. My phone was definitely off at the time, so I was nobody trying to call me and tell me nothing. It was off Instagram.
That last time you had seen him
Yeah,
and got a chance to speak to him, do you remember how far apart that was from his death?
I don't. Like I said, I don't remember what year that was. He died. I really don't.
Do you want me to look it up? Would that ring a bell or no?
Yeah.
2009. He died June 25th, 2009.
Yeah, he did. And you see what I mean? How I said I don't remember that? My birthday is June 26th. He died the day before my birthday. So that's something I should have definitely remembered, and I don't. But I'm 23 now. What was that, 2021? I was young. That's all I know. I was young. I was at least like 11 or 12. Like, yeah. I definitely had a phone. My phone was off. I think my mom and my grandmother were in the living room or kitchen talking. And I got on Instagram. I think my Uncle Rick called my grandmother and told my grandmother and told us. But I already knew because I seen it on Instagram. So.
And for time reference, it's July 2021 now.